Happy Sunday, wherever you are around the world, to my XRP family. It's absolutely insane as to what's happening with the crypto markets. Market is showing so much strength that it is really exciting. And as I've discussed with you guys, my XRP holders, you guys are first and foremost showing amazing amount of support. So continue supporting and you won't miss a single update on the channel. And I try to bring you guys as realistic, updates as possible, really kind of showing you everything. And also, I made myself a promise, second half of the year, which we just entered about 6 days ago, every single day till the end of the year, we're uploading and we're literally locked in. And I would love to have your guys' support because you guys are amazing. And of course, it helps the channel a lot. But if you're looking across the board, an amazing day yet again. We need to keep in mind, remember, what day is it? It's Sunday. We're still in a weekend. On the weekends, remember what happened. CME futures are closed, more manipulation, but Bitcoin has seen a bounce. The broader market has gone up with it. XRP is up 3.2%, with the price currently sitting at $2.21. Also up about 2.1% in Bitcoin compared. The market cap is at 134.3 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at about 2.1 billion dollars. So pretty much doubled in terms of the trading volume since yesterday, and the market cap has also increased about 2.2 billion if you want to put that into perspective. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. Look at this. If you're noticing, pretty much crypto, while a lot of other altcoins, you're not going to see a green, table like this. Whether you're looking at it on a yearly, 30-day, 14-day, 7-day, 24, 1 hour, we are seeing green all across. And we've been obviously highlighting how good XRP is holding. Continuation to really remember that XRP has held its ground so nicely, what a lot of people overlook, but we obviously are going to continuously remind you guys that XRP is by far one of the best holding coins over the course of the last 7 to 8 months, pretty much since the year started. But let's take a look at this. So net Bitcoin flows for public companies and ETFs. Public companies are buying Bitcoin at a rapid pace. Public companies purchased 131,355 Bitcoin in Q2 2025, growing holdings by 18%, according to Bitcoin Treasuries data. Furthermore, ETFs acquired 111,411 Bitcoin, posting an 8% rise during the same period. This marks the third consecutive quarter in which companies have bought more Bitcoin than ETFs. Year to date, public companies have purchased 237,664 Bitcoin, double the 117,295 acquired by ETFs. Now, public companies hold 855,000 Bitcoin, or 4% of the supply. Corporate demand for Bitcoin is incredibly strong, and it's increasing. So why am I sharing this with you guys? We're talking about the king of the market. When you see this much demand coming in from these corporations, do you think they're not going to be looking at a different asset class, maybe like another asset class that is obviously revolutionizing the blockchain space? And we're already starting to see that happening with XRP. You're actually seeing some publicly traded companies that are actually raising funds to create an XRP reserve. All those puzzle pieces are coming together, guys. But look at this. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sits at 66, still in greed territory. Of course, it's so funny how this individual says, of course we're greedy. We haven't had anything to eat since December 2024. But let's move forward. Big news. Bank of Canada explores digital dollar using OpenCBDC's 2PC, focusing on privacy, compliance, and decentralization. And on top of that, take a look at the smoke. Says, remember, Ripple Hidden Road acquisition will supercharge XRP's utility. So strategic motivation for Ripple, this is a bold move to expand from being primarily a cross-border payments and crypto liquidity provider into a full-scale institutional finance player. So by owning Hidden Road, Ripple gains a platform to offer prime brokerage services, trading, custody, financing, and clearing to hedge funds and financial institutions. This could supercharge XRP's utility as well. In fact, Hidden Road plans to migrate its post-trade clearing onto the XRPL ledger, showcasing the blockchain ability to handle high-volume institutional flows. Ripple thinks strategically. They make their moves strategically, and I'm sure they had a plan, all in place to really, take Hidden Road and just turn it into like a full-scale, clearinghouse. if you want to put it that way, and offer these services and kind of act like as a brokerage. And remember that green light that we have gotten from the regulator. So it all makes sense. It seems like everything they have done is planned perfectly, and it seems like that. Of course, look at this. Remember, the Trump administration paved the way for XRP to continue to increase in value, and I could not agree more. You got to give credit where it belongs, whether you like him or not. I've said this from day one, pretty much since he's been in office. Whether you like him or not, what he said, he's done. If you talk about crypto, he came out and said, during his campaign that, I'm going to take crypto to the masses, and, we're going to make US a global hub, and we're going to bring regulatory clarity. Before that, there was no such thing as this. And now you're actually seeing it happening. So I got to give credit where it belongs. You can see this for yourself. Many codes were already discovered and quickly available to the used. Only 6 months, XRP was 7th of the top 10 list. However, the change in the U.S. administration has paved the way for XRP to continue to increase in value. Replacing SEC Chairman Gary Gensler is a big deal because a lawsuit between Ripple, the company behind the XRP token, and the SEC continued to drag on after more than 4 years. And again, even regarding that case, yes, we have heard some big breaking news, but we still haven't seen, this case to be completely officially over by the court themselves. I can really show you how far this has gone. But take a look at this. Shout out to Smoke again. How the Trump administration triggered a complete reversal in crypto regulation and corporate policy. Banks are now permitted to engage with crypto under no restriction. This is just the beginning. And as I've stated to you guys before, even in my last night's update, we're seeing a complete shift taking place for financial industry meet crypto, and we are going to see a complete revolutionized time right in front of us. And a lot of people are going to be looking back at it and seeing the signs were clear. But if you're taking a look at the dominance continuing to pull down, I love seeing this here. We're currently sitting at 65.21%. If you're looking at BTC, Bitcoin is sitting at $109,000 almost. And if we're able to close our daily candle today here, we still have a lot of time to close our weekly candle here. I think we could start pushing up to the likes of 110 this upcoming week and potentially even hit a new all-time high. I've been saying this pretty much every single update of mine. Bitcoin has held its ground and showing a lot of strength, especially over the weekend, and that really gives me more confidence that price of Bitcoin is going to bounce from here. And you want to see dominance showing weakness like this, please continue to fall. But of course, we need to keep in mind, if Bitcoin breaks towards an all-time high, I do project dominance will increase again. But look at XRP, guys. This is happening right now. $2.28 right now. We are about to fill that weekend that I've been speaking to you guys about day in, day out. We're only about a 2.67% move from where we currently are. A huge reason why we're seeing XRP looking so good is because, of course, dominance is pulling down. Bitcoin is pushing up. I have a feeling we see the price of XRP retest this. And if we're able to close here, guys, this week could be very interesting in my opinion. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.